and today we are filming in Costa Rica. So we got a couple of jungle animals and one more North American animal for you to choose from. Your choices today are raccoon, pizote, or monkey. That's raccoon, pizote, or monkey. So if you chose raccoon, this is a great time to be generous with others. Raccoons represent generosity of spirit, and the way that raccoons are generous is that they have this interesting behavior. I know some people can't stand raccoons because they forage through their garbage at night, but actually raccoons are very generous with each other. So they have this quality of looking after one another in their tribes, in their groups. So what the raccoons do is they have one or more raccoon sort of stand guard to watch as the others go in and take the food that they need to feed themselves and their families. So it's very interesting behavior because it's almost like one has to sacrifice getting fed so that the others can get fed. So it's a wonderful display of generosity and sharing and caring. And if raccoon has been a thorn in your side, maybe ask yourself if you're giving enough in terms of your time, your attention, your love, your listening, your kindness, your compassion. That's also, if you picked raccoon, you may be a little bit off cycle because the one that showed up for us was off cycle. It was out active during the day. And so particularly pay attention right now to your night rhythms and your daytime rhythms. What is the rhythm, the natural rhythm for you that makes you feel the best? And if you're off that cycle, your natural cycle a little bit, just know that you will be coming back to that cycle of feeling good again. And that's just going to take a little bit of time. It may take some kind of retreat or holiday or break for you to regain that equilibrium and find yourself back in a good cycle. So if you chose pizote, these are interesting animals that look a lot like a raccoon, except they have long snouts and they have big tails pointing usually straight up in the air, very long tails. Not big tails, long tails. And I'll show you a picture of one in case you don't know what one is. What I find so interesting about the pizotes, there's lots of them here in Costa Rica, is that the way that they travel. Sometimes there's huge groups of them together, and then you can see some by themselves at certain times. The males are actually more solitary. They travel on their own and are more alone. So I have a message that's a little bit different for the males and the females in this particular one if you chose pizote. If you're a male, there's this idea of being more solitary and going on like a quest on your own, giving yourself more alone time. And sometimes it's like that time that you need to find your inner strength, to gather your inner strength and to reclaim who you are. So that's the message if you're a male and you chose pizote. If you chose pizote and you're a female, all the females and the young males form social groups with the pizotes. So, and they do all kinds of activities together in these big social groups. So this is a time for you, if you're female, to be with your social group of other females and children, is to be in community. So making meals together in community, creating things, working on projects together, listening to each other, and sharing stories. So very important for you at this time. That's your rite of passage, to be in community. If you're male, the message is a little bit different. So I always find that so interesting about pizotes. So if you chose monkey, your message is about your financial abundance, that you are an abundant creator and that you can create more financial abundance if that's something you're seeking at this time. In particular, this message with the monkey is coming in around giving back financially as a way to increase flow. So sometimes when we close down or feel scarce inside, we feel like there's not enough money, we can start to shut down what we give to others. And that actually shuts down the flow of energy in and out. So it kind of works the opposite way that you think it might work. If we close down too much and hold on too much in that whole scarcity way, then we actually shut off the flow coming back to us. So it's very, very cyclical. So we have to remember this. And you don't have to give away a lot of money, but giving it sometimes is confusing for people because they don't know where to give it or where to begin, because there's so many wonderful charities out there. So one of the ways that you can give is to think about that idea of tithing. So even if you're someone that doesn't go to church, that word tithing kind of comes from the church. But even if you don't attend a church, where do you get your spiritual growth? Where do you get what makes you feel like you're stepping into your essence, into your soul? What nourishes your soul? And if you give your money back to those places, then you will find that helps to increase the flow. For example, if nature is what brings you back to source, then you might want to give to some kind of charity that supports nature, protects nature. Or if it's children that light you up, then you might want to give to a children's charity. So there's lots of options there. Or there might be an organization that you want to support because they've given you so much. So that's a great way to flow your energy financially. So thank you for joining me on the Joycast today. I hope you have a wonderful day. We look forward to